Good morning. Thank you for joining me again today. I am excited to do this morning show with you. I want to start with a card from the Native Spirits deck just to start us off. And the card is the Offerings card. So I want to make this morning an offering to the planet, a blessing to the earth and all of her inhabitants, all of my brothers and sisters. This morning as an offering to you. Already had my cup of tea this morning, but I got this Gayaki yerba mate, the ginger sage. Actually, I've never had that flavor before. It is very nice. So I'll begin this offering by lighting a little Palo Santo in honor of each one of you and in honor of the planet and all of her plants and herbs and trees and all things that grow, all the minerals, all of the animals, insects, birds, all creatures, all humans, all realms seen and unseen. And I have with me today Thich Nhat Hanh's love letters to the earth. So, what is going to be read here? Well, I've got a marker here. Let's see. At this very moment, the earth is above you, below you, all around you, and even inside you. The earth is everywhere. You may be used to thinking of the earth as only the ground beneath your feet. But the water, the sky, the sea, and everything around us comes from the earth. Everything outside us, everything inside of us comes from the earth. We often forget that the planet we're living on has given us all the elements that make up our bodies. The water in our flesh, our bones, and all the microscopic cells inside our bodies all come from the earth, and all are part of the earth. The earth is not just the environment we live in. We are the earth, and we are always carrying her within us. Realizing this, we can see that the earth is truly alive. We are a living, breathing manifestation of this beautiful and generous planet. Knowing this, we can begin to transform our relationship to the earth. We can begin to walk differently, to care for her differently. We will fall completely in love with the earth. When we are in love with someone or something, there is no separation between ourselves and the person or the thing we love. We do whatever we can for them, and this brings us great joy and nourishment. That is the relationship each of us can have with the earth. That is the relationship each of us must have with the earth if the earth is to survive and if we are to survive as well. I'm going to read a little bit more. The next part is, the earth contains the whole cosmos. If we think about the earth as just the environment around us, we experience ourselves and the earth as separate entities. We may see the planet only in terms of what it can do for us. We need to recognize that the planet and the people on it are ultimately one and the same. When we look deeply at the earth, we see that she is a formation made up of non-earth elements, the sun, the stars, the whole universe. Certain elements such as carbon, silicon, and iron formed long ago in the heart of far-off supernovas. Distant stars contributed their light. When we look into a flower, we can see it's made of many different elements. So we also call it a formation. A flower is made of many non-flower elements. The entire universe can be seen in a flower. If we look deeply into the flower, we can see the sun, the soil, the rain, and the gardener. Similarly, when we look deeply into the earth, we can see the presence of the whole cosmos. A lot of fear, hatred, anger, and feelings of separation and alienation come from the idea that we are separate from the planet. We see ourselves as the center of the universe and are concerned primarily with our own personal survival. If we care about the health and well-being of the planet, we do so for our own sake. We want the air to be clean for us to breathe. We want the water to be clear enough so we have something to drink. But we need to do more than use recycled products or donate money to environmental groups. We have to change our whole relationship with the earth. We tend to think of the earth as an inanimate matter because we become alienated from it. We are even alienated from our own bodies. We spend many hours every day forgetting we even have a body. We get so caught up in our work and our problems that we forget that we are more than just our minds. Many of us are sick because we forgot to pay attention to our bodies. We also forgot the earth, that she is a part of us and we are a part of her. Because we're not taking care of the earth, we have both become sick. I'm going to pause there because it's bringing my attention to my body, and I think that is probably bringing attention to your body. So let's stretch our bodies. Stretch your arms out. Gosh, I think we should stretch out even more than that. I'm going to see my little zone over here. Ooh. Got all my stuff here. And just get a stretch up over your head. You can stand up and stretch into your feet. I'm just going to kind of squat open leg here on my chair. Stretch into inner thighs. Oh, that's good. Roll shoulders. Rolling the pelvis. And really just finding where you have stiffness, rolling into that, stretching into that. And it's really just a practice every morning that we ought to just practice stretching into ourselves, feeling ourselves inhabit our whole body all the way to our fingers, our face, our toes, our legs. And so if we remember we are the earth, we are not just an idea, but we are the whole body, then we can also inhabit the earth more fully, right? Be fully present here with her. And recognize that much of the problems that we're facing today, that many of them seem political in nature, but I do believe that this is stemming back to a self-worth issue and a disconnection from the planet and from our divine nature, right? I'll go political a little bit for a moment, only because to tie it to this line of thinking, when you think of a lot of destruction that's occurring, why someone would feel justified in burning and pillaging and rioting and killing and a lot of the harm that is being done in the name of whatever, and especially like anti-American, speaking as an American, anti-American, actions, I find interesting, because if you are an American, if you grow up in a country and you find yourself against that country, hating on that country is you. It's a part of you, it's a piece of you, it's part of your identity. So to hate on something that you are a part of is to hate on yourself. It is really like a self-love issue. So by and large, also stretching out and not loving everything that's going on. Not, of course, we cannot love acts, but also just looking at how the earth is going through an evolution process right now. And the earth, I always call the university of self-worth, is the earth. That we are here to learn to love ourselves and also to extend that love. So to value our life, to value our existence, and also then to extend that out so we're valuing one another. And we do that because we value this earth. We value the opportunity to be here. And if you're in the United States of America, I hope that you value the freedoms that have been given you here, because there isn't another place on the planet quite like the US of A. And I'm hoping that we will choose to keep it that way. But there is an inherent freedom in our soul. In every single one of us, no matter where we live, there is an inherent freedom of our soul and a desire to express truly and authentically who we are, the love that we are. And I think in order to fully access that, we also need to pull back and offer that love to the planet, that gratitude to the earth, and recognize that we are interconnected. And this is not about like becoming afraid of climate change or anything. I don't see that as the issue. Because planets will go through their cycles of heating and cooling just like we do. The planet is having a Kundalini awakening, so in some cases there's a heating, and in some cases there's a cooling, which is what happens with each one of our bodies as well. It's also what happens to groups of people. That there is a heating up and there's a cooling down as life force is trying to be pumped into the whole. So what can we do to help? Well, for one, we can move our bodies and we can move our life force energy, and we can allow ourselves to feel all of that and move it in our own body, because that will move it in our environment. Yesterday I spoke about heart math and how our heart field reaches out, and affects other fields. Well, that's true that our life force energy moving also is like silently showing how to do that, how to move through the blocks, how to work with the stagnant energy and move it on out and allow for the new, fresh birthing of life within each of us to occur. So I think that's my cue for the tarot card of the day. So yesterday we got the Star card. And so with this offering, with the offering that is this time together, these blessings, what is the message from life today? And we get Page of Rods. I mean, this is very much what I was just saying. The rod represents the life force energy. It's the creative energy. It's creation. It's the flow of new ideas and energy and passion. And the page is a very new energy, right? Even though the page has been through 1 through 10. So there's been an initiation, there's been a completion of a previous cycle of learning how to use this energy, and now as a page, as it's an initiate, it's a new, refreshing energy of activating new ideas, new creative ideas, new opportunities, and access to new creative flow, new life force. So this is one who's recognized they have the staff in their spine, they have that place where life force energy rises and falls, and they're choosing to become disciplined and to act with that new energy in a new way. See, the lotus is on top. So there's been an awakening and now wanting to do something with that energy. So that's where we are at. There's been a lot of people have awakened during this time since the beginning of the quarantine. And so with that, there are many that are recognizing recognizing this new energy that is the new earth energy and wanting to do something with it, wanting to create with it, wanting to connect with other people, network, wanting to take care of their own bodies and health. And yes, of course, we're always going to find where that is not true, where that's not being honored and taken care of, and that's just a natural polarity at this point. And remember from several videos ago, readings from Almeen, we're talking about balancing those poles of focus. So when we notice people who aren't focusing on that, who aren't honoring the new energy, who are still working to hold on to the old and distort the old energy, we just acknowledge it and go, okay, that's part of the focus right now. I'm going to notice that. I'm going to send love to it. I'm going to see the purpose for it. And I'm going to come back now to my own energy field so that we just keep this energy moving. We keep that balance going. And then we also allow ourselves to embody. So now the energy can move this way. And we can begin to drop into the center, the still point, the center of the tube torus, okay? Because even the tube torus at some level of our evolution can become like a cage where we're constantly having to move between inhale, exhale. So remember, the other day we're talking about a session of breath in meditation. That's really us pulling into the still point, the null, the zero. Excuse me. That is the creation point. It is eternal existence. And so when we can live in the eternal now, we actually break all the prison bars of time. We just shatter them, we just blow them out. And we begin to expand on the heart of love that is here now. It's here now. I want to read this offering card, I think. But first, a word from my morning sponsor, The Unreal. This speaking about the real is sponsored by The Unreal. These are 2 dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Unreal Snacks. They truly are so much better than a Reese's. No preservative, no GMOs, vegan, gluten-free, fair trade. Only 5 grams of sugar per cup and no soy. And chocolate in the morning for me is ideal. It gets that anandamide going in the brain. The bliss hormone. Yesterday I took my kids rock hounding for our life education class at Shaman Warrior School at my house. And we drove off to look for some rocks. And especially the Wonderstone, which apparently is only found in Utah, where I am. And this is the raw version, but we're going to polish them somehow. But isn't this cool? The stripes. So the polishing, I'll show you this on another show after we finish it. I just ordered a tumbler that will make this all shiny. But it's such a cool look. And this one too has the cool circular formation. And I actually was going to look up and I forgot what the healing properties of the Wonderstone is. Should we do that? Let's see. Let's look this up. healing properties. Let's see what they have to say. Because I really don't know what makes up this stone. I mean, it kind of seems like a regular rock when you see it, right? But you know, when you polish certain things, they're wonderful. They're beautiful. And I've seen polished wonder stones and they're absolutely beautiful. So it's a jasper, okay, so I didn't know that. A formation of chalcedony and quartz. So already, you know, jasper has a lot of healing properties, especially like the red jasper is very like courageous stone. And it's very good to support blood, warrior type energy. Let's see what they have to say here on crystals-and-jewelry.com. So Wonderstone is apparently a great stone for meditation, enhancing creativity and imagination, filling your life with relaxation and tranquility, eliminating worries and tensions, and reducing symptoms of depression. That's actually awesome. I took my boys looking yesterday. It says you will achieve mental clarity and you will receive insights about taking the right course of action, and it will help you find your right path on a soul level. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a polished Wonderstone. And I'm looking forward to polishing mine. But anyway, my 12-year-old or my 13-year-old, he hates it when I do that, does struggle with depression sometimes, as these teenagers today do, and many of them do. So I love that that stone is helpful for that. So offerings. I'm just going to enjoy this chocolate for a moment. So if you didn't know, I wrote the book, The Chocolate Fast, Embracing Your Bliss One Truffle at a Time. It's been coming up a lot lately, even though I wrote it in 2007, 2008, when my oldest was just a baby. It's been coming up a lot lately though, and it really is. I outlined a 24-hour chocolate fast in there, and each time you eat the chocolate, you know that you're filling all your senses and you're reconnecting to your bliss. And that's what I was just doing, because every time I eat chocolate, I'm reminded of that process. It was really a powerful process. I highly recommend it. The book is available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon at this moment, and also through, I don't know what other outlets. Those two for sure. Anyway, here we go. I'm all over the place today, I know. The universe is grateful for you. You are a gift to the world. Feel gratitude for everything in your life, even the things that don't seem perfect. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of life and everyone and everything around you, and thus you will be cherished. Doesn't this tie in with our love letters to the earth? Your native spirit wants you to know every native culture throughout history has made offerings on a daily basis. Offerings were made to the sun, the earth, the plants, the animals, and to everything in creation. The offerings vary culture to culture, but they were always made with a feeling of extreme appreciation for the bounty of life. Gratitude was the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like a modern-day alchemy in your life, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination, and it's simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, there's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow. So discover what you're thankful for, even the people and situations you found challenging, and watch the miracles unfold. So the suggestion is to make an offering to whatever nurtures your soul. So you might, if there's a place in nature that you like, you might leave a little offering at the base of a tree for the animals. Or I'm just thinking, like, I like to walk around with a little incense and just be grateful for my house and my surroundings and my loved ones. And you could do the same thing. I put a little altar in my car to be grateful for transportation. And wherever you're feeling, gratitude about, an offering is a beautiful way to express that. So I leave this offering of today's show to you. I'm very grateful for you and for your presence in my life. And I hope that you have the most beautiful of days today. So let's end with just a tune in to our own bodies. Imagine taking a deep breath up your spine, feeling the aliveness of your spinal cord. And allow gratitude to rush through your body as you're grateful for your body, your brain, all your functions. Grateful for your life on earth at this time, your presence here. Feel grateful for all that you have in material ways. Clothing, food, shelter, all the things. And also gratitude for all the people in your life that surround you and bless you and even challenge you. Any pets, any friends. Be grateful for your work, your creative expression, all the things that bring you joy. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for your country and for the earth herself. And give thanks for all those who are truly doing good in order to support the whole. Connect in with them and send out that gratitude web. And then finally we send gratitude out into the universe, to all sentient life, and to the source of this love that is both within us and in all things. And this we offer our love into this day, and so it is. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm out.